Welcome back to another episode of Goddess of Crypto. I talk to a lot of women about wealth, about making more money, about their wealth consciousness. Today, I want to talk about what it means to be a high value woman.
The sacred divine feminine is creative, abundant, flowing, receiving, and disruptive. And the new energy of money, including cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, NFTs, and even the metaverse, is all these things too. Welcome to the Goddess of Crypto, a weekly show where women who are already in this powerful space will cover these topics simply, so you can relax into knowing that the future of finance is female.
We get confused sometimes and we think that when we say wealth, we mean money. However, really being a woman of high value means being wealthy in a lot of different ways. It means first being wealthy in your bank account. And that comes from first being wealthy about your bank account in your mind. Now, hear me out, because I know that some of you are thinking, she's crazy. When I have money, then I'll feel wealthy. And before I have money, then I'm not going to feel wealthy. Actually, it will be a lot faster for you if you look at it in reverse. So when you start to think the ideas, the thoughts, and the attraction of abundance, then it is going to be easier for abundance to show up. When you begin to think about the way that the money can come to you, you are opening yourself up. A lot of us have a tendency to say, I have this job and my job is where I'm earning my money and therefore that's it. And then sometimes people say, oh, but I'll have a side hustle. And now there will be more money for me because I have a side hustle. And what I want you to hear is that's part of it. That can be a big part of it for you, but it doesn't have to be all of it. And it's better if it's not. It's better if you start thinking in terms of having more money before, so that more money can flow in, right? If you run around thinking about how broke you are all the time, or how you have a ceiling on your income, like, oh, I can only make $100,000 a year, or I can only make $500,000 a year. I'll give you an example. I just worked with a woman for several months. She had never broken six figures. She had always managed to get right up to the edge of it, but had never broken through. And we went back to her childhood and we saw a belief system that she had, that she wasn't able to cross the finish line. And once we cleared that up for her, boom, the money came flowing right in. And she was able to celebrate having made over six figures for the first time ever. What was beautiful about that, though, was that we also worked on her mindset and we got her to a place where she believed that it was possible to make more than that, to make six figures plus multiple six figures. That was what really helped her, because first we got her mind across the finish line and then we got her across the finish line. Okay, so what are some other ways that you can create high value other than having a lot of money in your bank account? Think about the law of circulation. It's not called the law of bring it all in and let it stop. And it's not called the law of let it all go out and never bring anything back in, right? That's our belief system. So we think, oh, the money comes in, I have to hoard onto it. Or we think, oh, the money comes in and now I have to spend it all. But it's the law of circulation, right? We let it out, we let it back in, we let it out, we let it back in, we let it out, we let it back in. And so it creates this beautiful circle. And when we think of ourselves as being in that circle of prosperity and that circle of abundance and that circle of wealth, again, we can relax into it and we can allow it to be true for us and we can allow that flow. So another way to be a woman of high value is to choose deliberately where your money is flowing to. Who are you investing that in? Is it a family member? Is it a loved one in their business? Is it a charity? Is it several charities? I donate 10% of my profits every year to charities. That feels so good to be able to do that. A couple of years ago, I made a donation of around, it was my quarter 4 donation, and I was making them to different places. And I made a donation of like $500, just a little bit of my profits to the Humane Society. I wanted to do that at the end of the year as an extra. They called me to say thank you. Now, it was triple matching, which meant that was actually a $1,500 donation. So that's a good timing thing. But it was such a big deal that they called me to say thank you. I gave another woman a scholarship of $500 so that she would be able to attend an event that I had been invited to, but I couldn't attend. And I said, well, I'll pay for a ticket and somebody else can go. They called me to say thank you. The value that was provided was so big for them that that was worth a phone call. That shocked me because to me, it was so little money, but the value that was provided was powerful. Another way that you can be a high value woman is to surround yourself with other men and women of equal or higher value. What does that mean? You kind of know what it means going in. It means the people who are going to be in a positive mindset, the people who are going to be powerful advisors or mentors for you, the people who think like not necessarily you do, but like you want to think. For example, if you have people in your lives, sometimes we call them our parents, sometimes we call them our spouses, sometimes we call them our old friends. If you have somebody in your life who's not being healthy for you, then maybe you can't get out of that relationship with them, but you could limit your time with them, or you could make choices like, if I have to spend 2 hours with this person, I'm going to spend 2 hours really raising my vibration, really being in a space of something that brings me joy or brings me tranquility or brings me relaxation so that I can compensate for that. So those are things to really think about. What can I do to negate or to counterbalance the thing that is bringing me down, the thing that is making me feel negative? I have a wonderful woman in my life who is in a very bad relationship. She's a friend, but she's in a very bad relationship. And she's not somebody that I know really well. She's not like a dear friend. She's somebody that I care about and somebody that I feel like, I'll try to coach her whenever I can. But I recognize that she feels really tied to this bad relationship. She feels like she can't leave it. But what she can do inside of the relationship is that counterbalancing. She can begin to do more to bring joy into her life. Whenever I see her singing. And I always think that's so beautiful because music is something that's in her head. Music is something that's in her heart. Music is something that no one can take away from her. And that helps to counterbalance the negative energy or the feelings of, needing a raincoat when somebody is wanting to, energetically barf all over you. Another way that you can be a high value woman is to not gossip. And that means don't talk badly about the people around you. Now, true confessions. Apparently, the Kardashians are now hawking vaginal pills of some kind. I'm not sure whether they cure dryness. I'm not sure whether they, help you as you approach a certain time of life or postpartum. I don't even know. I don't know because I didn't find this out except through somebody mentioning it to me. And when they mentioned it to me, my first thought was, well, as much as I don't think about the Kardashians, I really want to think about their vaginas even less. However, when that came out of my mouth, I realized that was unkind. The Kardashians have a platform, and like it or not, they affect a lot of women. They affect a lot of people, but specifically the show is about women. We're talking about women, so let's talk about women. They affect a lot of women. Women follow them. Women like them. Women like to hate them. No matter what camp you fit into, or maybe you're like me and you fit into the I try not to think about them camp, they have a platform. That platform is powerful and they're trying to use that platform for good. So we should be encouraging them. We should be encouraging them, even if we don't buy their vagina pills. So think about the words that are coming out of your mouth. Are you being kind? Are you supporting people? There was an African American woman who I know of on LinkedIn. She's super fierce, like one of the fiercest human beings I've ever come across. Whenever she writes something, it's like, she drops a bomb in the middle of LinkedIn. And it's so powerful. She has a ton of followers. She's also a very thick woman. She's very strongly built. And she's very thick throughout her entire body. She posted a picture of herself that she had put on Instagram saying that she was working out, and all the haters coming out of the woodwork telling her how fat she was. Now, I don't think this woman's fat. I just think she's built in a very strong way. But whatever, maybe she is fat. So what? Fat people go to the gym too. If fat people don't go to the gym, they're going to have a really hard time losing weight. Relatively speaking, right? It's a great way for a fat person to lose weight is to work out. Why wouldn't we encourage that? Why would we point fingers? Why would we shame people? Why would we shame people for their bodies? I couldn't look like that woman if I lifted weights 24/7. And, she's never going to look like a little twig because that's not how she's built. So we all have our own different way of showing up, right? We are all made in the image and likeness of the creator, and the creator looks like a freaking rainbow, right? And the creator is everywhere, everything, and we all look like some aspect of that. But we're all unique. And we all get to show up in a unique way. What if we as women began to celebrate that? Do you want to be a woman of high value? Celebrate that. Celebrate your uniqueness and then celebrate other women's uniqueness as well. Remember what Marianne Williamson said. When we shine our light, we unconsciously give other women permission, other people permission to shine theirs. And I say, and so on until the whole world is illuminated. Be part of that illumination. When we raise our vibration, we are raising the vibration of the world. If everyone thought and spoke with kindness, we would go a long way towards fixing all of the planet's problems. If we spoke from a place of an abundance of joy, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of power, an abundance of yes, we would help everyone in the world. So make that choice for yourself. To me, that is, if you want to be a woman of high value, that's the number one thing that you can do, because your thoughts are going to lead to actions, and actions are going to lead to results. And you're going to have your choices in there as well. So your thoughts are going to actually create choices. And you want those choices to be choices of power, choices of love, choices of lifting others up. That is what will make you feel so good inside. That is what will make you feel like a woman of high value. If you liked this episode, please like, comment, review, and share. Share with all of the women in your life. Share with your mothers, your daughters, your sisters, your wives, your girlfriends, every one of them, so that all the women can know about Goddess of Crypto, and so that we can remember that the future of finance is female. I'll see you next time.
Every week, transformational wealth coach Hallie Evelyn leads a conversation that helps to ensure that women everywhere can learn to surf the coming tsunami of the new energy of money. You can find her at goddessofcrypto.me. That's goddessofcrypto.me. Be sure to subscribe to Goddess of Crypto on your favorite platform, or watch the show on YouTube. And remember, wealth isn't just your privilege, it's your right.